We've got the 2026 Hyundai Tucson.
Two things. It's a hybrid. This one's red.
Oh man, so smooth.
I like the Phoenix.
Gosh.
Oh wait, Tucson.
The Phoenix.
Just down the road. All right, so we have the hybrid. Andrea, what's powering this thing?
A 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with a hybrid system. It's matched to a 6-speed automatic transmission and gets a combined 231 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque. Standard all-wheel drive, and you can use regular fuel, of course, in the Tucson.
Nice. Okay, let's get into the key standard features for 2026.
The base trim comes with dual 12.3-inch screens, wireless Apple Carplay and Android Auto, a wireless charger, 8-speaker Bose Sound System, leather and suede combination upholstery, heated front and rear seats, 8-way power driver's seat with 2-way lumbar support, manual passenger seat, heated steering wheel, panoramic sunroof, and a power liftgate. In the US, not all these features are standard since there are more trims available.
So we've been on a bit of a tear lately with Hyundai and Kia cars, driving them, and a lot of them have been hybrids. We had the Santa Fe recently, and there's something about the way they do their hybrid system which is quite different than, say, Toyota, even Honda. They have a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and then they have a conventional 6-speed automatic, and it makes it feel like what?
It makes it feel like an EV. At times, you feel like you are driving a pure electric vehicle. Of course, this is electrified, but it's incredibly smooth, comfortable, quiet. The steering's light. It's easy to maneuver in the city. Parallel parking is a breeze. I have said from the get-go of all of the Tucson powertrains that are offered, plug-in hybrid gas and this hybrid, this is by far my favorite.
Yeah, and then the other thing is because it has a 6-speed automatic, conventional automatic, it's not going to feel strange. If you've never driven a hybrid before and then you get into this, you're just going to say, oh, it's the really quiet, efficient one.
Yeah.
But it has the same kind of sensation of a regular compact SUV.
No, don't tell my mom, because she bought the plug-in hybrid, which she loves. No regrets. She says it's the best purchase she's ever made.
She likes all her videos, Andrea. She likes them. I know that because I can see it coming in.
Yeah.
I don't think she watches all of them.
Probably not.
She might watch this one because she does have a Tucson. So
She does.
We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so that is all very, very good. They didn't really make any changes for 26. A couple of little things, right?
Yeah, well, for Canada, no. There are 2 trims available. We've got the N-Line. Something interesting in the US, though, the N-Line is gone. So they have switched up trim names and eliminated N-Line completely.
So N-Line means north. It's the North Line.
No.
It's the Canadian car. It's even red. Like, how did they know?
I don't know, but I'm kind of disappointed because I like the N-Line trim. I like the badging. I like the sporty feel. And these seats, can I tell you how comfortable they are?
Andrea, please tell me how comfortable they are.
Incredibly comfortable. This material is super soft.
It's like Alcantara, yeah.
Yes, but it's also the thigh support. Like, I can sit in this vehicle for a long period of time.
I wonder, I don't know, I'm just speculating that maybe the N-Lines were made in Korea and they're not bringing them in. That's the only thing I can think of.
Maybe.
But why they would get rid of it, because they have the whole N thing. N is their thing.
N is their thing.
Now it's north. Just saying. You could put a white maple leaf on this and you go, okay, eh? Be like the
We
host.
just needed to find our maple leaf. Remember that one time it fell from the tree?
Yeah, it's just meant to be.
Yeah.
So it's just last year, 2025, they did a facelift. Actually, a question coming up later is, when is a full model refresh going to come?
Yeah.
We're not exactly sure on that, but the refresh they did last year, they changed the front grille a little bit. Not a whole lot of changes. It still looks like a Tucson. I don't mind the look of it. I've always liked the look of this.
Yeah, I like the look of it. It's got some sharp edges on the side, profile-wise. One thing I really like is the rear, with the rear wiper hidden, but also the kind of Mustang-inspired taillights. I think it looks super cool, very different.
Ford called, they want their taillights back. Yeah, and plus, yeah, the sharp thing down the side is much more prevalent when you look at an Elantra, for example.
Yeah.
This one, it kind of blends in. Okay, we're going to show you how quiet this is at higher speeds.
I'm gonna put it in sport.
Yeah, but Andrea, what else can we put it in?
Well, you gotta put it in S for subscribe. And if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
Wait a second, there's a call coming in. Hello? Yes? Really? Well, that is good news. Okay, thank you. Head office.
Not surprised.
The fall sale continues, Andrea.
Yep.
Subscriptions for the fall, absolutely free. So jump on that, would you? And we do this twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, Andrea, let's hit it here.
Here we can.
And even when the gas engine and it drops a gear or two, okay, lift off now.
Like, are you kidding me how well insulated this cabin is?
If that was a RAV4, it'd be like, the CRV's pretty quiet, but
CRV
this
is quiet, yeah.
This and the Sportage are the quietest.
I just can't believe it. Like, we're going over some bumps. I'll go over to the imperfections a little bit over here.
And this is the worst bit here.
This is the worst bit, and it's still not bad. Okay, it got a little bit loud.
But that's mostly tire noise.
All I'm saying is, this is really a comfortable drive.
Okay,
I'm impressed.
Let's get into the available features on the outside.
The Tucson has 8.3 inches of ground clearance and comes standard with LED headlamps, available projector headlamps, LED tail lamps, 19-inch wheels, and a tire repair kit. In the U.S., 17-inch wheels are standard, available 18 and 19-inch wheels. In Canada, the N-Line comes with N-Line design elements, an exclusive grille, front bumper, fascia, and rear bumper with diffuser.
So we mentioned they did a facelift last year on the outside. That's why it's called a facelift. They put a new grille on it. But they also updated the interior. They used to have one big panel in the center, and it was covered with all that shiny hard plastic. I think this is nicer now. They've got that integrated single screen with the, instrument cluster and the infotainment screen. But below that, there's still all the switches. I was watching a news story this morning about the auto industry is going back to more buttons and switches.
Same.
And one brand they actually pointed out in the news story is the Hyundai group is kind of leading the charge, and you can see them all there.
Yeah, Hyundai does a really good job with this. One of the complaints about the previous model interior is that the center console actually sat up quite high. So depending on how you sat in the driver's seat, sometimes it wasn't as comfortable. I prefer this layout so much more. I like the floating center console. You've got storage underneath. Where this wireless charger is, it's terrific. It is such a great position. Everything is at your fingertips, even the drive modes. I just really think that this interior is well laid out. And how about the tray here, Zach?
I was just going to say the tray. The one thing I was thinking, I was thinking about, okay, the wireless charger's here, your phone's here, right? Now we have these, you can't hold your phone rules, right?
Yeah.
So if you're here and you're just sort of like scrolling through your Instagram while at a stoplight, is that technically
no?
Okay, if you're
that's not allowed.
No, I just want to know. Police officer, please write below. If I'm not holding it, I'm just. How is that different than some guy who's got it stuck there?
True.
I just wondered about that. Like, do you actually have to be holding it? So this is actually maybe a little sneaky sneak.
Here's the thing. It's a lot of distraction while driving. So it's best just to pull over and not do that.
You guys know my world. I'm distracted all the time while I'm driving. Hi.
Hi, Zach. So this comes with dual 12.3-inch screen, standard in Canada and the US. A 4.2-inch driver display is standard, but you do get the available 12.3-inch driver display. Storage is very good. This is deep. It's not huge, but deep.
What's it ever? Oh, wow.
Isn't that good? And then you've got this little tray if you want to hide a few things away. You can't really see it. And door pockets are quite large, which I'm kind of happy about for the compact class. This is a family hauler.
Yeah, and because they put the shifter here on the column, and the reason why they do that is they open up all this real estate here. So now they can have that flexi space which is actually very useful.
I really like the materials in the N-Line trim. I already talked about the seats being incredibly comfortable, but even the trim piece on the door, they've done such a nice job with the different textures, different materials, and I like the red stitching for N-Line. You've got it on the steering wheel, the seats.
You know what?
And even on the side here of the doors.
Americans are yelling at the screen like, "Why? I want that, Andrea.
I know.
I want that Northern Edition. How come we don't get that?"
Sorry.
Call
no
head
more
office.
N-Line.
Call head office and find out.
And look at, you even get the sport pedals.
Available features include navigation, a head-up display, surround view and blind view monitors, remote smart parking assist, highway driving assist, leather trimmed upholstery, driver's seat memory including the mirrors, 8-way power passenger seat, and ventilated front seats. Okay, we have to be fair to all brands because we pick on some brands because they don't have a ratchet to lift up the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Not on this either.
No,
okay,
it's
so
not.
it's a fixed seat for the passenger unless you go for the higher end version, but that is something they could add.
But there is something interesting about these seats, because a lot of times I'll complain without the ratchet system that I'm sitting really low to the ground. It's not the case with this.
Yeah, but
I'm
for
not
me-
sure, but for you,
Yeah.
being taller, that's a problem. So we need an adjustable
I sat in there
seat.
first thing, I'm like, I want to lower this.
For sure.
Speaking of seats, here's me getting in the back seat. This is one of the biggest in this class. You get a lot of legroom, good headroom, a reclining seat as well. Andrea, how does it stack up?
The Tucson has 41.4 inches of front row legroom and 41.3 inches of second row legroom.
Lifting up the power liftgate on this model, it has a very long cargo space. Underneath the floor, you'll notice that there is not a temporary spare tire.
Cargo space behind the second row for the Tucson is 38.7 cubic feet, and overall cargo space is 74.5 cubic feet. I am disappointed it doesn't come with a temporary spare tire. Over at Kia with the Sportage, that hybrid does get a temporary spare tire.
Are you guys shocked? Are you guys shocked that people want to know this versus RAV4 hybrid? I'm not. Let's get into the questions.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
Love your videos as always. Thank you. How is it when compared to the Kia Sportage 2026 hybrid in fuel economy, price, drive features when comparing to the EX Premium and N-Line? So EX Premium is the Kia. This is the N-Line. This is a Canadian viewer.
Okay, so the drive unit is the same. You know, it's the same platform, same propulsion system, engine, all of that. And then Kia runs away and makes it into a Kia, and Hyundai runs away and makes it into a Hyundai. So a lot of it comes down to style and interior features and benefits.
Yeah, I think so, design-wise. But if you're going to compare these two trims, you're going to pay an extra 650 Canadian for the EX Premium trim, but you get a lot more features. Listen to this.
All right, I want to know.
Okay, driver's seat memory, a power passenger seat, ventilated front seats, leatherette, and highway driving assist.
For
Although,
$600 more than the Tucson.
yeah,
And-
this N-Line.
Yeah. You know, it's the thing is that's the whole problem with the car business. And they say, well, it's only 600 more, and then you want that. You know, it's only another 600 more by the time. That's the
quite
way
a
it goes.
bit- That's quite a bit of stuff for $650. However, I also want to add that the N-Line gets a Bose Sound System, whereas that EX Premium on the Kia side, it's just an audio system. You have to upgrade to get the premium sound system in the Kia.
It's really simple. Go drive them both. Look at them both.
Yeah.
Buy the one you like.
See which one you love.
And who's got the better deal on incentives,
maybe
interest
even
rates, all that stuff?
I've heard a rumor that there is a complete redesign of the Tucson coming in 2027. I've heard some people suggesting that Hyundai will follow the design language of the Santa Fe. Have you guys heard anything about the future of the Tucson?
Well, just about the design thing, Andrew has mentioned this many times in Hyundai videos. They want to have each line of vehicle to have its own kind of look.
Yeah.
So they're not going to do that whole where one looks like the other. They don't seem to do that. And all you have to do is be able to do do a pretty simple math. This vehicle was introduced in, I think, 21, and then fast forward 5 or 6 years. So you're right on the money if it's going to be introduced as a 28 model in 27. But yeah, eventually it will get replaced.
And this got a substantial refresh last year. I mean, it basically has a new interior design and then tweaks to the exterior. So yeah, I guess it's due, but I'm thinking maybe more 2028, but you never know with Hyundai.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It may be introduced in 27 as a 28, but you also have to say, okay, if it was last year, they did an update. That's usually good for 3 years. So that kind of makes sense. It would be a 28 modeling. Okay, if you want to get a question in for the next video and the video after that, follow along on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea to see what's going on behind the scenes. I'm Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button.
How is this compared to the RAV4 hybrid? I know a new one is coming soon. Yes, it is. We'll be driving it soon.
The big thing is the mechanical differences. This is a turbocharged 4-cylinder, and it has a conventional 6-speed automatic transmission. At Toyota, they don't do turbocharging with that hybrid, and they use what's called an ECVT, or a planetary gear set. So they do drive differently. This drives more like a conventional, regular compact SUV.
This is much quieter than the outgoing RAV4. We haven't driven the new one, so we don't know. And many of you are wondering about that. How is the insulation in the RAV4? Also, fuel economy is better on the RAV4 because Toyota uses an ECVT. But I want to add, the rear seat reclines in this Tucson. Like, it's such a comfortable rear seat, and it is one of the biggest compact vehicles in the non-luxury class.
They've done a good job.
They've
done a really good job. What Toyota has is the Toyota badge and the reliability and the resale and everything that goes along with that. But if you're just going to drive them both, there's a lot of compelling stories why you would want this. And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
Looks like Toyota RAV4 is the only less expensive hybrid option to get. Shelling out 50,000 Canadian is just way too much.
Well, Toyota has a massive number of available trims for RAV4, and the upcoming 2026 will only be sold as hybrids, so there's probably going to be even more. And they have an inexpensive one all the way up to the plug-in, which is not quite expensive. It is expensive, and that's why they have the best seller.
That's the beauty of the Toyota RAV4 hybrid, is that you can get into a hybrid at a less expensive price point. It is too bad this only has 2 trims. What we hear from manufacturers in Canada is that a lot of people buy the top trim anyway, but when you look at the Honda CR-V, boy, that hybrid's expensive. The Subaru Forester in Canada, there is only one hybrid trim and it's over $50,000. So you are right about the RAV4. Now, over at Kia with the Sportage, they do offer one more trim in Canada, so it does have a lower starting price point.
Okay, so just a few weeks to go until we know all the pricing of the new 2026 RAV4. We're hoping it's not going to increase too much. All right, so the pricing of this, let's get into that in our vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. We'll do Canada first and then move on to the US. Pricing includes freight, PDI, and fees. The base model starts at just over $46,500, and the top trim is just over $50,500. In the US, 2026 pricing has not been announced yet. I checked the website this morning. It is not out. 2025 pricing ranges from just under $33,500 to just over $41,000.
Here's the fuel economy for this hybrid. 6.7 liters per 100 kilometers city, 6.7 on the highway. That's 35 miles per gallon city. You guessed it, 35 on the highway. This can tow 2,000 pounds. The warranty is 5 years, 100,000 kilometers, or 60,000 miles. Lightning round. Two things we'd like to see improved.
I like how smooth and quiet this is.
It's a very comfortable daily commuter.
What I'd like to see are a few more trims, just so you can get into a Tucson at a lower price point.
Okay, say it for other brands, got to say it for this. Height adjustment for the passenger seat, that ratchet thing, throw it in there, Hyundai. So what do you guys think of this? Do you like the red?
Yeah, the red. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe. We'll see you next time.